Hello, in this video we're going to learn how to import data into Excel from an external site, and in this case we're going to use a web page. So we start by opening the document you want to insert your data from or into, sorry. So I'm just going to insert or import data into a blank Excel document. So the first step that I'm going to do is to click on data, and again you'll notice over on the left hand side that there are many ways that we can import data into Excel. So we already covered importing from Access. This time we're going to choose the Get Data from Web page. I'm going to use in the address, I'm going to use a website that I've used in the past for health information. That's in the Stats Canada website. So I'm just going to click on Go. And then anytime one of these script errors come up, I'm just going to click Yes. And so they'll come up a fair number of times. And I'm just going to continue to click Yes until I can see that the website appears in the import window. So I'm going to enlarge the window just so that I can see the website. Okay, so I'm just going to enlarge it by clicking and dragging on the corners of the window. So now that I'm at the Stats Canada website, I'm going to click on the Health button. So I'm going to look at tables related to health, and again anytime these script errors come up, just click Yes to move past it. So we're going into the health information. Now I'm going to click the days lost per worker due to illness or disability, because that's the table of information that I want to get at to import. So I can see that the table appears now in the window, and you can see toward the bottom that there is an import button available. So remember, even though we're looking at a website right now, if you look at the top, it says New Web Query. We are still in Microsoft Excel, and we're in a web query section of Microsoft Excel. So when I click Import, Excel knows that I want to import it into an Excel document. So it asks, where do you want to put the data? Just like when we imported from Access, same thing. Excel wants to know what cell. It will assume that it wants the cell that we started in. If not, we could type in the new address, remembering of course that the new address needs to start with an equals because it's like a formula. You need to put the $sign in, which is the anchor for the column, and then the $sign, which is the anchor for the row. So we want column A1 to be the starting place for this data. Then we just click OK, and then Excel works at extracting the data from that web page. So now let's take a minute to look at it. So notice all of this information down the side was information that appeared down the left hand side of the web page that we were looking at. So we're just going to delete all of that information. I'm going to leave these two cells, and I'm going to delete all the way down to row 37. I'm just going to delete those rows, and then the same with the information at the bottom. I think that I will keep the information in terms of when it was modified, and I'm going to delete then from row 27 all the way down to the bottom, because that was all of the information that we found along the bottom of that web page. So I'm going to delete those rows as well, and then you see what's left is the data from the table itself, and so now you're ready to format it as required. I've left the heading in so you can center that across the columns, you can widen your columns, and so on and so forth. So you can edit and format your worksheet now as required. So that's how you import data from a table in a web page.